Hey guys, my name is Lucy Noriega. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing 5 things I'm going to stop doing in 2025 in my photography business. Now, a little bit about me. I'm a first-time mommy, but I'm also a photographer from South Georgia, and I specialize in senior and family photography. And this channel is basically just about me learning how to balance work life with baby life and regular life and trying to convey Christ through it all. So if you're interested, be sure to stick around and let's talk about the things I'm dropping in 2025. So first thing, and a lot of these are pretty abstract, but I'm gonna stop asking for validation and input from people who don't know what they're talking about. Too often I'll be editing and someone will be hanging out next to me and I'll be like, hey, how do you think this looks? And they'll be like, oh, da, 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 da. And then I'll get super in my head about it. And a lot of times it's all very good feedback. I happen to have a very bright style of photography that's not for everyone. And of course, if you hear it from a bunch of different people, then you should definitely take it into consideration. But a lot of times I will get the comment that, oh, this is really bright. But the thing is, and this is not me defending myself, but this is me putting this out there so y'all can understand it too. A lot of times input from people who aren't photographers, they don't have the understanding that, oh, it looks a little different on this screen than it's gonna look on a different screen. I do have a MacBook Pro, and the color grading and everything is very similar to how it's gonna be on an iPhone, but still, I upload images to Instagram sometimes and it'll look completely different. So that's why I always make it a little bit brighter when I'm editing on my laptop than I do than how it'll actually look when it's on Instagram. And unfortunately, the people I ask for input from don't have that knowledge. So it's not on them, it's on us to stop asking and stop trying to get validation. We really just need to get that validation from ourselves and Jesus. The second thing I'm going to stop doing is relying on auto. I actually built my entire business relying on auto for the first 8 months of starting. And I've only been in business for a year, but I was basically on auto the entire time for the first 8 months. And then finally I did a maternity session with my friend at the beach, and I was like, I'm gonna try. It was really like a hard lighting situation, but I was like, I'm gonna try manual because I actually know the settings. It wasn't that I didn't know how to do manual, I was scared to do it in front of clients. So finally I was at the beach with my friend and I was doing manual and I just clicked. Like, I picked it up and I never went back. Unless it's a very tricky low lighting indoor situation, I am still sometimes rely on auto, but it's very, very, very rare because as a photographer, you should know how to do that. You should know how to work your own camera. Number 3 is getting cheap products. My sweet baby photographer brain, when my husband and I were first starting out, because he does videography portion, or at least he did for a bit, he knows all about the equipment. And so I was like, why are we spending on all this equipment? And he's like, baby, trust me, you're gonna understand soon. And so I started off with not the best gear. It was, a lot of lenses that come with the camera. I think they're called stock lenses or something like that. And yeah, it wasn't the best. So now that I have my Prime and G Master lenses, which are like the top of the line lenses for Sony, oh my gosh, it's so much better. And I fully understand why we invest in good equipment. And this goes beyond just lenses and your camera body. It's also SD cards, and I can make a whole nother video on that. Number 4, being scared to promote my business. I want people to to book with me. So when I first started, I was terrified. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of do photography I was so scared of judgment and I don't know why backlash, but I was very scared. And then I started putting myself out there, and it really changed the game. And one thing that really helped me was, and I can make a whole nother video on just the mindset shift that helped me actually pursue photography, but if you don't take yourself seriously, no one else will. So when I finally had that mentality shift, I was like, I'm gonna start taking myself very seriously. I'm gonna call myself a photographer, and I'm gonna start this business. And sure enough, look where we are. I have a very consistent clientele, and we're thriving. We're thriving over here. It's also about being confident with what you're putting out there. So yes, we're goofy and stuff on social media sometimes, doing silly reels, but also build a platform and a business that you're actually proud of. I think is super important. And then this is my last one, guys. I'm stopping taking on every single client. When I first started, I was charging $50 for an hour session. I was like, oh, I have the best rate in town, There's a reason no one else has those rates. It's because that's crazy. And I was really selling myself short. And when I got pregnant, this past year, I made the huge realization of, okay, I'm gonna really up my prices and stop taking on every single person, and really only take the things I want to do. And if a client has a vision that I'm not really equipped for, like some clients have reached out to me for more studio work. I'm a natural light photographer. And I was just like, you know what? I know it's a beautiful idea. I know it looked gorgeous and stuff. That's not my thing. So I referred them to a different photographer that I know excels in studio photography, rather than, you know, trying to make it work and then kind of getting disappointed. I also no longer do free sessions unless it's friends who are modeling for me or something, or unless it's a specific giveaway session, unless it's very specific. I don't do heavily discounted or free sessions, because you know why? If people don't invest in something, they don't value it. And so the majority of the negative feedback I was receiving, which has honestly been very rare, but it was just more like nitpicky things. Can you change this? Can you change that? Was from free sessions. And I was like, this was literally free. So that's just one thing that I have definitely learned to steer clear of now, and just charge what you're worth. Like if you're putting in the work and you have the skill set, and just raise your prices. Don't sell yourself so short. But it was really when I was pregnant that I realized I really have to make a change and up my prices, because I don't want to take a bunch of clients for low amount of money. I feel so sick. I'd rather, you know, get the clients that I want and maybe have them come few and far between, but actually get paid more. So that's the approach I've been taking now, and it's been working. And honestly, I haven't lost any clientele. I feel like the clients who book with me really want to book with me, which is super important, and it's working out great. So guys, as I said, this is my first year doing photography. My first ever session that was paid was in November of 2023. So it's been a full year of doing photography. I've absolutely loved it, and it's just been a joy to do it. So be sure, let me hear your thoughts, your comments, and things that you're changing in your photography business in 2025. Catch ya. Bye.